Good morning, everyone. Good morning, everyone. Am I
Good
audible?
morning, sir.
Okay. So, I welcome our today's speaker, Shri Manveen Chadha, Chief Executive Officer at KCIIL Jalgaon, and all the participants for the day 3 of this 5-day FDP organized by Department of Science and Humanities, Shikshan Maharshi Dadasaheb Rawal, Government Polytechnic Dhule. Today we have a very distinguished guest who is having uh, very proficient experience in the field of entrepreneurship. That is Mr. Manveen Singh Chadha. To introduce Shri Chadha sir to our audience, I would like to call upon my colleague Shri Sagar Badgudar sir, who is a lecturer in physics at SMDR Government Polytechnic Dhule, and who is also the co-coordinator of this FDP event. So I would like to invite Shri Sagar Badgudar sir.
Thank you, sir. So, Mr. Manveen Singh Chadha, sir, is currently working as Chief Executive Officer with KBC, North Maharashtra University, Center for Innovation, Incubation and Linkages, Jalgaon. He has also worked with IIT Mandi Catalyst. He has expertise in developing and executing strategy for onboarding startups, assisting in reviewing the innovation and startup proposals, and designing and managing incubation programs. To talk about his special achievements, Sir has organized various training programs on different aspects of entrepreneurship. He has delivered several successful expert talks in various programs. Apart from this, Chadha sir has implemented several DST supported schemes and raised funding of approximately 22 crores. That is a brief introduction of Chadha sir. Now I am going to request Chadha sir to conduct this session. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for the brief introduction. I hope my voice is audible.
Yeah, sir, it's audible.
Okay, so very good morning to all of you. And I just share my screen. Let me know if my screen is visible. Is it visible?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. Just give me a second.
Sir, sorry, but your voice is not audible.
Yeah, some network issues, I think. Now I'm
Okay.
back.
Now it's okay.
Okay. Is my slide visible?
Yes, sir, it's visible.
Thank you very much. Today the topic of discussion is entrepreneurship as a career option. Since Sir told me yesterday that all the speakers, all the participants are faculty members, so I think that will be a great, because you all can guide to your students that why should they opt for entrepreneurship, and if faculties are aware of this, that how they can take the idea of startup or student forward, then that would be great help for the students to understand. So I will start with a few questions. If you can just tell me, because I want this session to be little interactive, not on the one side. So if you can just tell me who is an entrepreneur according to you, since this is the third day and you have already attended 2 days of session. Maybe you have learned a lot of things from other speakers. So can anybody of you tell me, according to your language, I'm not talking about bookish language, what you think, who is an entrepreneur according to you? Any one of you? I hope my voice is audible.
Sir, basically, to start a
Yeah, please tell me.
Sir,
manpower,
entrepreneurship is all about running some businesses and making some money by taking some risk.
Okay, great, great. Anybody else wants to add something? Running a business by taking risk. Anybody else wants to add something to this? Sir, I hope my slide is visible. Do you want me to do it full screen?
Slide is visible, sir.
Sir, I think, hello.
Yeah. Please, Sandeep ji, tell me.
Sir, I think the entrepreneurs are those people who have something to do in future for the society, for the self, and for the nation.
Great. So let me just add to this whatever you told to me, that who is an entrepreneur. So basically, when we talk about entrepreneurship, so first of all, we need to understand that these two are different words: entrepreneurship and startups. So entrepreneurship is the keyword which we use, even a grocery owner who wants to open a grocery shop, or even if you want to open a kind of a shop where you can provide all the products related to mobile phones. So even opening a shop is known as the entrepreneurship, but it does not mean that you have started a startup, because when we talk about startup, it's about something unique, something innovative you have done related to that product, and you have utilized your skills, your technology, your educational qualification, your experience into that in order to build that product. So when we say that any startup is coming up with some unique innovation in which there is some USP. USP means unique selling point. So when I talk about, for example, if I say कि you go to the market and buy a mobile phone. So right now there are a lot of mobile phones. Nobody is going to pick up the phone just like if anybody, I will say, okay, buy Moto G. So you will say, no, sir, I have to do a lot of research into that. What new features are there? Accordingly, I will put my 10,000, 15,000 into that product. So today's customers are so smart, they are so knowledgeable that they understand all the features, they understand whether the mobile is user friendly, whether it is light in weight. So when all these unique things, unique features added into the product, the people or customer want to buy it, they want to pay more money for it. For example, there were other mobile phones existing before OnePlus, but still OnePlus launched their products ranging starting from 20,000. So still people are buying that. People are not going for MI or something which is 10,000 or 12,000. I'm saying most of the people, but yeah, it may be a niche market. So OnePlus understand that maybe a upper middle class or middle class is going to definitely buy my product. They have the capability to pay 18,000, 25,000, 30,000. So that's why they bring up those models. Still, there is a competitor, MI, who is providing phones, or other companies, Moto somewhere, who are providing phones in the range of 10 to 15,000. But they know the features that we are giving. We have done an innovation. We have unique features. We have a unique selling point. So when all these characteristics come into the product, we call it that we have started a startup. When we generally do a traditional business, for example, right now in most of this area, we got a call from people that, sir, I want to open a dal mill. मुझे दाल की मिल डालनी है या मुझे फूड प्रोसेसिंग की कंपनी डालनी है. So this is like a repeated business. Anybody can do that. There are no barriers. Even you can do that. I can do that. So when there is an innovation, you definitely go for the patent, and then the competition in the market is less because you have a unique technology, a patent attached to it. So we called it a startup. So entrepreneurship is basically anyone who thought of starting any business. We called it an entrepreneurship. But when we talk about startup, then it comes up with the innovation and the unique feature, that what you are going to deliver to solve the customer problem. In entrepreneurship, we not always see that we are trying to solve the customer's problem. We just want to start the business. That's all. But when we start with some innovative product, we always see that whether from the user point of view, whether user is going to pay me the money tomorrow when I will sell this product, or whether he is not going to pay me the money. So this is the crux of what is entrepreneurship. The features which are attached to the entrepreneurship is like, if you are an entrepreneur, then definitely you are a starter. You are going to start that and you are going to drive that journey. It's you who want to take breaks. It's you who want to take turns from time to time. And it's you who want to take it like an exponential growth or maybe a failure. So that all depends upon the founder, the startup who is starting the journey. So you are the starter, you are the driver. The one more important thing is we should always learn from other failures. That means we should always see these founders who have failed, who started something but they failed. In our normal daily routine also, we always speak about startups who have succeeded or maybe who are a unicorn. We always talk about Ola, Uber, or maybe some good other startups like Zerodha and all that. But why we are not talking about the people who are failed? We should learn from them why they failed, because that's the most important part, and you can put all that learning into your startup. And you should always be think about solving a problem and take advice from as much as possible, whether you're junior, whether you're senior, because this is a starting a company, starting a building of product. It's not something that if I take advice from a junior, maybe he's wrong, maybe he's right. So the difference in the career option is, if I talk about, these are 5-6 important parameters when we look for starting something of our own instead of working for something. So when we start off something our own, scope is unlimited. You always have a mindset of which always look for problems, which always used to take innovative solutions, which always used to take independent decisions, and wealth generation is infinite. It's like maybe you're generating a lot of wealth, or maybe an option is there that you are making a lot of loss. So both ups and downs you will feel during your entrepreneurship journey, but it is like we are taking a risk, but that is a calculated risk. Entrepreneurship is not about always taking a pure risk. Pure risk is gambling, where people used to play cards, where people used to put money in lottery tickets. That's all pure risk. But when you are starting something of your own, your startup, you always start with the calculated risk so that you don't go into so much of losses. Some of the innovative product I want to show you that people have built in the past, by understanding the user problem. So in metro cities, there is lot of crux of space. So people understand that maybe we can have this shoe rack inside the stairs. Then in the morning, people are in hurry in metro cities. They have to reach to the office. So somebody come up with this bread as well as tea making machine, both bread toaster as well as tea making machine. Then in order to how efficiently utilize the cup of glass, so you can also put biscuits into that. You don't have to use separate place for that. Now I'm coming up with the ideas, like how we generate ideas and how you can ask your students to generate ideas, how we can have a joint workshop with the students. So Frank Sonnenberg said that if you look for some problem again and again and you're trying to solve that problem, then definitely you will get some solution for that. And that problem can be of your own, or maybe a problem that nobody has solved till now. So I hope my voice is audible. Just let me know.
Yes, sir, it is very much clear audible.
Okay, okay, thank you. So now maybe the problem is who somebody has solved it problem, but you want to come up with some additional features. You have recognized some area, for example, people are selling lot of products in metro cities, but maybe the product that they are selling, the product that they are building, the material that they are using is at a very high cost. So maybe in a rural area, a farmer or a person belonging to a rural area, he understand the problem and he found that maybe the raw material will get at a cheaper cost. And maybe by my unique technology, I will be able to create more efficient product. So product is existing, but you have done lot of iterations into it and you have created a new product with more features, more user friendly, so that customer paid to you, and that not only the same amount, maybe the higher amount, and they come to your platform instead of buying from some other platform. They come to your platform. Or maybe you don't have thought of any idea as of now. Maybe there are 30-35 faculties. Maybe they have thought of ki, yes, I have some idea, I have to work for it. And maybe there are people who have never thought of that, maybe I can go for the entrepreneurship or I should do the innovation. But this is a good time, you should start thinking, so that you can also, and plus point is for the faculty members is you can also add your students into your entrepreneurship journey. They can also be a part of your startup, they can also be a co-founder in your company. So you have the plus point because you have access to skilled students, because faculties knows better which student is good in which skill. So accordingly, you can shortlist and start your entrepreneurship journey onto that. Now, innovations are of two type. Either it's a vitamin or it's a painkiller. Why I'm saying vitamin and painkiller? Because just solving the customer need, that does not mean that I have solved the customer need and it's a very killer product. Definitely people are going to buy it. So what happened most of the time, student feel कि मैंने ये सोचा है, and definitely sir, people are going to buy it if I build this product. They have not taken any survey. They have not spoken with any of the customers who are their potential customer. So I always tell to the student that before starting, do some market survey. Market survey in the sense कि let's say I want to build one product. I want to come up with one more unique feature in the mobile phone. So first of all, I need to understand my user, whether user want it or not. If user don't want it, then why should I be building that product? So we should do a market survey. We should understand the thinking of our customers. So that can be done in the two ways. Either your product is vitamin or it's a painkiller. Vitamin means, as I mentioned, you are improving the existing product. Some existing product is there and you are trying to improve it. So for example, fitness apps. There were apps before that also. Fitness apps were there. But it's an improving the existing solution, because initially there was a big device by which you are going to monitor your BP or your monitor your other parameters. You have to do some test. Now people thought that maybe this is an added advantage. We should give a fitness app, a watch, fitness watch or a fitness band, so that people on a real time basis come to know what how their body is behaving, what are the results. So it's an vitamin because it's not mandatory. Even if you are not wearing that watch, even if you are not wearing that band, still you are surviving, still you are doing your daily works. But it's a vitamin, it's an additional feature that company is providing you or startups comes with. Another part is painkiller, where if you don't take that painkiller, you are not going to complete your day. For example, मुझे headache हो रहा है, अगर मैं बहुत तेज headache है और if I'm not taking the medicine, maybe I'm not able to do other works. Similarly with the Google Map. So whenever we move to any places, we always try to open the Google Map. I'm not talking about the smaller place. Maybe people know where are all the roads going. But in the bigger place, even now, if anybody is traveling from one place to another place, you always try to open the Google Map, because people avoid asking third party people walking there that where is this place. So this is the painkiller, that the problem they have solved, it's come under the category of painkiller, and the fitness app is the category of vitamin. So now I give you one homework. Maybe you can think of such problems which people have solved, such devices, such products, such service apps, and find out whether it's a painkiller or vitamin. So maybe this is a kind of small homework for all of you, so that you come to understand whether my product falls under the vitamin or my product falls under the painkiller. It's very important to understand these things, vitamin and painkiller, because accordingly you come up with the product pricing. Because if I think that Google Map is something, so I know definitely people are going to use it. And by using Google Map, people are going to give me more money for the advertisement in my app. So it's a killer product, it's a painkiller, definitely people want it. But fitness app, maybe I need to figure out. It's a niche market. Somebody will buy it, somebody will not buy it. So I have to accordingly prepare the pricing chart and all. Now, I always say that always run towards quality, not quantity of your product. Choose to build something that few people wants. That's what I'm talking about, niche market. For example, I always say to the startup that once you have built up the prototype, you have come up with the lab-based product, always try to take feedback from few people, 50 to 100 customer first. Try to see what is their feedback, incorporate those inputs, whatever problem is there in your product right now, and then accordingly start small and scale fast. So always try to start small. Don't think that I have developed an app today and tomorrow I'm going to put it in the Google Play Store. That's not how you're working, because let's say you have put it on the Play Store and lot of people started downloading it. Maybe your server get hacked, maybe a lot of bugs are there. And once we all know that if there is any app I have downloaded in my phone and if it's not working properly, I'm going to delete it and I'm not going to download it again. So you have to start with few people initially, take feedback from them, understand their perspective, and then accordingly move to the larger scale. And don't worry about the scale कि आज 50 लोग हैं तो बहुत कम है, ये 5000 कैसे होंगे. It takes time, but always look for the quality. I have given two examples also. Initially there was people used to go with books. जब तक इतना इंटरनेट नहीं था, there was not each and everything available on the internet. People used to read more and more books. Now what trend is changing? People used to read about blog. Can you think a person who has written a book, it is more fruitful, or a blog is more fruitful? We all know that writing a book, it takes years. So that's why reading a book is always a good part as compared to just reading a small blogs on the internet. So that is the difference I'm showing with the help of example. That same is for your product. Building a product which will survive for the larger scale is more important, instead of building something which only survive for months. Now there is one technique called Scamper Technique, and we called it a creative thinking, that how student or how someone start thinking about generating ideas. Now Scamper stands for, these are the full forms: S for substitute, C for combine, A for adapt, M for modify, P put to other purpose, E eliminate, R rearrange, reverse. So these are the full form, and this is the Scamper technology which we can use in any product. For example, I'm taking a product of a water bottle. Okay. Now I need answers from you. Maybe we can start. How you can think of starting with S? It's a water bottle. पहले ऐसी bottle आती थी. I hope you all agree. जब starting में water bottle शुरू हुई, then at that time it was a plain water bottle that people used to drink of Bisleri or any other company. There was no other water bottles available. जो आजकल इतने सारी technologies आ गई हैं, different style की water bottles available हैं. Initially there was only a small, this plain water bottle of plastic. Now can anybody tell me how we can utilize this substitute? I hope my voice is audible.
Yes, sir. It is clear.
Okay. So can anybody tell me what is the substitute for this? Can you replace one of its parts for another? Substitute means, can I replace something and I come up with some other
Shape of bottle.
shape of bottle? Okay, great. Anything else?
We may go for some another material which is less hazardous than plastic.
Right, great. Anything else?
The cap of a bottle that pickup facility is there.
Okay. Fine. Anything else? Anybody wants to add something? So let's see how companies start. Yeah, I think one more answer. Yeah. Somebody was there.
हमारे सर बोला, संदीप दमाले सर.
Using bottles in the shape, using bottles made with the material of use and throw cups, sir.
Okay, use and throw cups, right? Okay, so I think a lot of inputs from all of you. Now see how companies start building by understanding the usage of the water bottle, and this all they have done after doing the market survey. They have not started building this directly without taking the inputs from the market. They understand the people mindset, this small age group who are using water bottles, the upper age group who are using water bottles. They understand their whole perspective, why they are using, at what time they use, how convenience they want in all these things, and then they start applying this Scamper technology into these plain water bottle, and they come up with different shapes. We all know this, we all see this in Amazon everywhere. So first thing is substitute. So initially there was only a upper cap through which you can open. Now in washing the bottle it becomes very difficult. You have to use some brush in order to wash it. So somebody thought of opening it from a two-way side so that it's easy to clean. Okay, secondly, adapt. Scamper mein next is A for adapt. So adapt means initially this kind of a bottle, when we put it on our table, it used to fall down. So somebody thought that we should have a square bottle so that it don't roll away. Then put to another purpose. You have seen in the rural areas, people are using it by filling it with bleach and water and converting it into a solar light so that it becomes a source of light for the people. Then another is combined. So combined means you have combined it with the straw so that lower age group people can use it. You have put it some handles so that it's easy to carry. Different changes in the bottle. Then modify. So you have seen the bottles which can collapse once you have drink completely full bottle. It's a bigger size, and once you have drink all the water, then you can collapse it and fold it and put it in your bag. And similarly, substitute, as somebody already told, that yes, they have uses a different material so that it's good for your health instead of plastic. And last but not the least is eliminate. So eliminate, what people have done, they have eliminated into the shape of bag. So people who used to do cycling, it's tough for them to drink water while cycling. They have to stop their cycle and then they have to drink water. So instead of that, it's a bag shape with a huge nozzle over there that you can directly pull in front of you while cycling. You can drink water and then keep it back. So you don't have to stop your cycle in between. So this is how different prospective companies have taken in the past, and they have built up this product. And from time to time, whenever you see new product, this is how companies R&D team work on this Scamper technology. They use this is a management jargon that every industry used to work on while they come up with any new product, and they used to understand this scamper by understanding the user perspective. Now here are some more examples I'm telling you. For example, if you are making a spectacles, so initially we all know that there was a plastic lenses for glass. I hope you all agree. Now we have the contact lenses. Initially it was a plastic lenses. So plastic lenses for glass means it's an incremental innovation. So incremental innovation means, incremental innovation हम उसको बोलते हैं where there is an existing product and you have enhanced it, that you have upgraded that by adding some more feature. So initially there were not plastic lenses for the glass. Plastic lenses नहीं होते थे पहले. बाद में रेट को कम करने के लिए और मोर यूजर फ्रेंडली, और यू कैन से जिससे ज्यादा पब्लिक पहन सके glasses, they come up with the plastic lenses. So in order to decrease the price and in order to make it lightweight. So this is called incremental innovation, where you have changed or upgraded the existing product or process or service and you have enhanced it. Another part is I have totally removed that spectacles and I have come up with the contact lenses. So this is called radical innovation. So radical innovation means it's totally changed. You have totally changed the user perspective. You don't have to wear spectacles. It's totally contact lens. You can directly wear it and enjoy. So this is how people think about innovation, and it's divided into two parts, either incremental or a radical. Similarly, cell phone, initially there were no camera, no MP3 player. Then someone thought of bringing this. So they have utilized Scamper technology. Similarly, now we all know there is a roll-on deodorant. This was an idea which was adopted from the ballpoint pen. So somebody thought of that. Similarly to a ballpoint pen, we can also have a roll-on deodorant. Next, restaurants that offer, we all see nowadays. So in order to increase their value proposition, what restaurants have come up with, ki you come up with this 699 mein unlimited non-veg, 599 mein unlimited veg. So this is the proposition restaurants have come up with, and in order to utilize it more and also to generate more wealth out of that. Next is, have you heard about De Beers, जो industrial diamond की company? Anybody has heard?
सर अगर पहले नहीं सुना होगा तो अभी 2 days before 14 Feb को तो जरूर सुना होगा.
हाँ, I'm not sure. Maybe you have heard or not. De Beers, it's an industrial diamond company.
Yes.
So De Beers basically, they were the first one to come up with the industrial diamonds. So what happened in 1870, when there were Britishers rule and all, they discovered one diamond mine, and it was in 1890 somewhere, when what they found that it's a huge diamond mine in South Africa, and now the demand is very less, but the supply is huge because they have found a huge diamond mine over there. So what Britishers thought that in order to survive the market, because now market will get saturated, because that time it was a Second World War also, and secondly, when you find something in a huge, let's say if I found something in a very huge way and there are not so much customers, so definitely the market price will get down because supply is more but demand is very less. So same thing happened with this industrial diamonds. So at that time, what they thought, ki in order to monopolize this, so how you will monopolize? So monopolize means ki मेरे पास ही सारा डायमंड है अब और किसी के पास डायमंड बचा ही नहीं है बाहर, और मैंने ही सारे के सारे डायमंड खरीद लिए हैं. सो दैट इज कॉल्ड द मोनोपोली. सो डी बियर्स is the name which comes when they decided that time Britishers that they come up with the De Beers Consolidated Mines Private Limited. And why they did this? Because they have to take control over the whole world diamond trade. So they come up with this company. They bring in all the firms over there under this company, and now there is a monopoly. De Beers Consolidated Private Limited is the only firm which has the 98-99% of diamonds with them. Now The problem was, maybe you will say, now, so this is a good thing. They can launch diamond into the market. But the problem, what they found is people are not there who wants to buy diamond, because that time in 1900 something, 1930, what Britishers found that US may people are spending more money on cars or other appliances. They are not putting money on the diamond, because that time diamond was like a precious stone, nothing else. So they thought, the De Beers company, that how we should start capturing the market. We have so much of supply right now, and we have already captured lot of diamond mines. We have created a company. Now, how we should start capturing the market? So they hire one agency in 1940, somewhere around. They hire one agency, and it's a marketing agency, and they give them the task that we want to start spreading about diamonds, a word about diamonds, so that people start buying it. We don't have so much of customer, but we have lot of supply with us available. So what that diamond agency start doing, they start working on understanding the mentality of a people one by one. And what they found, that yes, people don't want to buy diamond because it's a precious stone, it's costly, and secondly, people are spending more money on their daily uses, which is car, other appliances, and other expenses. So what that company thought, that in order to get it attached emotionally with the, so now see how they give it an emotional angle. Now, in order to attach to the emotional mindset of the people, they start advertising it in a way where they give the advertisement that if you buy a diamond, so it will be a diamond forever. Diamond forever. Maybe if you remember 90s में एक ऐसी ad आती थी, a diamond forever. So they started putting such advertisement into the minds of people, and they bring it into the emotional angle by telling that people can use it for engagement rings. And slowly they started capturing 5 to 10 5 to 10% of market by putting these advertisement again and again on TVs, on other physical places everywhere, and trying to connect it with the people by giving it emotional angle. So they give it like, once you buy a diamond, it's a kind of an engagement ring, so that's why you will not sell it. So see, two things they are doing it. They are trying to slowly capture the market, and also trying to put the word into the mind of a person that don't sell it, because if they sell it, again the supply will increase, because already company has lot of diamond available with them. They want this strategy so that जो भी खरीद रहा है वो वापस उसको बेचे ना. तो इट्स अ लाइक काइंड ऑफ अ गोल्ड. सो आपने डायमंड लिया, बट आपने उसको एंगेजमेंट रिंग है, तो इट्स ऑब्वियस, इफ इट्स एन एंगेजमेंट रिंग, nobody will going to sell it without any reason, unless and until it's very urgent. So this is how they start playing with the customers, and by 1980s they capture almost 50-55% of market. And this is how this trend started, by using diamond as an engagement ring at that time. So this is how an example how companies understand the perspective of the user, and then they start putting the advertisement, then they start bringing their products slowly into the market. Similarly, as you all know, Amazon, they also play a great game. They also utilizes a scamper technology, so that to eliminate the middle person between there. McDonald's start the restaurant initially wherever you sit. Before McDonald's, you first eat and then you pay for whatever you have eaten. But McDonald's, they change the mindset. You have to first pay and then you will eat. So this is how scamper techniques use, and companies are using it in order to improvise their product. Now, I have an example or a homework for you. Every bicycle has falling components: pedal, frame, chain, dives, pocket, tires, handlebar, brakes. If you use this camper technology, apply it to the bicycle, what ideas could be generated? So maybe an exercise for all of you. You can work on this. You can give it to your students. Try to come up with some innovative things. And this is how product comes. You never know. This is how when you start building, because you are into government Polytechnic, you have an engineering students mindset. They can understand this. and maybe some mechanical background or other electronic maybe students, they can come up with unique ideas and they can change the shape of the cycle by reducing the cost, by using user friendly material. So this is how Scamper technology can be used into this bicycle also. So this is a just an exercise for all of you. Maybe you can do this. And next, also in order to spark creativity in your students, this is how combining any two products. So for example, as you can see, pizza doormat. So what I have done, I have taken a doormat. In that, I have uses the pizza kind of all that work over there. So combining two products to build a new product. Similarly, a banana chair. So banana shape is there and a chair for sitting. Similarly, a burger hat. So hat with all that burger designs onto that. Similarly, a helicopter fish. So this is a general example I'm sharing with all of you, that how people start thinking of generating the ideas. Now we have to think about beyond product. Now you have generated the idea, you have built up the product, let's say. Now you have to survive, you have to start selling it. So it's not always about product. Most of the startups, what they do, वो अपने प्रोडक्ट में इतना घुस जाते हैं कि वो बस if even because most of the founders are technical background, so they always think about product. But there are more things. When you enter into this entrepreneurial ecosystem, there are more things that you have to learn. So, just a question for all of you: can the selling price below the cost of material, is it possible? Yes or no?
Practically not possible.
Not possible. Okay. Anybody else? Anybody else who say yes, it's possible?
It's possible when you add something else with it, and the cost of that material is quite high. Other than this.
No, so if I say, you are saying that add something with the material, so I'm saying that let's say my cost of material is 45 and you are selling it in 40. Is it possible? मैंने कुछ
No,
no.
Sir, socially is possible, but commercially impossible.
Yeah, right. So socially it's possible, definitely, but yeah, commercially it's not possible. Now I just ask you all, thought of some cool and innovative stuffs and let me know your thoughts. 1 मिनट 15-20 सेकंड के लिए आप सोचिए. आप लोग बहुत सारे प्रोडक्ट्स यूज करते हैं, हम लोग डेली लाइफ में. आपको क्या लगता है वैसा कौन सा कूल इनोवेटिव स्टफ यूज कर रहे हो आजकल, या आपने कहीं देखा है? इवन इफ यू हैव नॉट यूजिंग इट, you have seen it somewhere. Just want to know your thoughts, all of you. This is a simple example, simple exercise for you. जैसे जिसको जो भी लगता हो.
Is it internet?
Internet, okay, fine. Anybody else? Anything जो भी आपके माइंड में आता है कि मुझे लगता है मोबाइल फोन, इट्स एन इनोवेटिव प्रोडक्ट, whatever, tablet, whatever. Anybody else? There are 30 participants. Any answers? Everyone?
Sir, Byju's classes,
Byju's
Uni
class.
Academy,
Great.
Google Classroom.
Great. Yeah. Fine. Anybody else?
Alexa.
Alexa, right, great. Anyone else? Okay, so we move forward. Why I ask this question? In order to check the mindset of a customer. So somebody said Byju's, Google Classroom, somebody said Alexa, and all. We all agree that whenever we thought about any innovative product, innovative stuff, it always technology attached to it, right? हमें हमेशा होता है कि जब तक टेक्नोलॉजी नहीं जुड़ी हम उसको इनोवेटिव नहीं बोलते हैं, है ना? वी ऑलवेज थिंक कि हाँ इसमें AI ML का प्रोग्रामिंग हो रखा है, इसमें कुछ इलेक्ट्रॉनिक्स के सेंसर्स लगे हुए हैं. फॉर एग्जांपल Alexa, there is lot of programming on the back side of that. So we always, first thing comes into our mind is if all those innovative technology, the latest tech is attached to it, then it's an cool innovative stuff. So I just share one example with all of you. ये सबने देखा है ब्लेड्स फैन के? सबने देखे होंगे? Yes, no?
Yes, sir.
है ना? And you have seen that ये ऐसे 3 rivets लगे होते हैं ब्लेड पे. So now what happened in 1990, there was one company in Bombay who needs this rivet technology. They want to use it. So why? Because they need some machines with the help of which they can develop this rivets on anything. This is blade. You have also seen this in fry pans, utensils. जो handle जुड़ा होता है उसमें भी rivets लगे होते हैं. So that company give an order to X company in Bombay that I need 8 to 10 such machines every year, and that guy, that X machine, so let's say Y machine ने X machine को order दिया हर साल का 10 automatic riveting machine चाहिए मुझे. तो जो X वाला था वो automatic riveting machine बनाता था. And why he did that? It was an innovation. Initially ऐसा automatic riveting machine market में नहीं था 90s में. People used to do it manually. 3-4 लोग लगते थे, एक ब्लेड को जोड़ता था, एक नट टाइट करता था, ऐसे करके 3-4 लोग पूरी असेंबली करते थे. So what he thought that why I am paying so much for the manpower, and it is also a time consuming lot of. So he thought of building this automatic riveting machine. तो X company ने वो automatic riveting machine develop करी, and the good part is manpower एक ही use होता है और 3 और manpower जो use होते थे वो use नहीं होते. So cost cutting और assembly और production तेज हो गया, ज्यादा प्रोडक्ट बनने लगे. So Y company gave an order to this X company that we need 8 to 10 automatic riveting machine every year. और जो Y company है उसको order कहीं दुबई से आता था for the utensil, and they want that order was somewhere around 50 to 55 lakhs every year. So they have to build so much of utensil for that Dubai player. So X company was also happy that मेरे 8-10 पीस मशीन हर साल जाते हैं और ये मेरा एक बड़ा प्लेयर है जो मेरा बड़ा क्लाइंट है. Now that Y company was also happy because they were fulfilling the order of Dubai party of 50-55 lakhs. So what happened? Suddenly everything was going great for 8 to 10 years. In early 2000 suddenly this X company जो automatic riveting machine बनाता था इसको ऑर्डर नहीं आए. इसको 10 पीस का ऑर्डर मिला नहीं इस साल मशीन बनाने का. सो ही वाज सरप्राइज क्योंकि इसका कोई अभी तक कंपटीटर था नहीं, बट स्टिल ही वाज सरप्राइज कि मुझे ऑर्डर आया क्यों नहीं. ही वेंट टू द एक्स कंपनी एंड आस्क्ड कि मुझे इस बार पीओ दिया क्यों नहीं आपने. सो दैट कंपनी सेड कि वी डिडंट गेट एन ऑर्डर फ्रॉम दुबई कंपनी. तो जब वाई पार्टी जो है उसको अगर दुबई से ऑर्डर ही नहीं आया है 50-55 लाख का, सो हाउ ही विल गिव ऑर्डर टू द एक्स कंपनी. एंड देन that Y company, they found and detect that there is some other startup who come up in the market, and that was in Delhi, and they explore each and everything about that startup कि उसको वो ऑर्डर कैसे चला गया. because the thing was ये जो यूटेंसिल मैन्युफैक्चर था Y पार्टी जो दुबई का ऑर्डर फुलफिल करता था, he was very confident. The selling price per piece was around 190 rupees and it was costing him around 140 rupees. So 50 rupees profit he was making in that per piece. Now that Delhi party, what he did, he fulfilled that order in amount of 30 to 35 lakhs and per piece was costing around 140 somewhere around. So this party गॉट कंफ्यूज कि ये लॉस क्यों ले रहा है जब हमें ही बनाने में 130 से 35 रुपए लग रहे हैं. ये उसी कॉस्टिंग पे कैसे बेच दे रहा है, सेम कॉस्टिंग पे, क्योंकि आना जाना है, भेजना है, बहुत सारी चीजें हैं. सो व्हाई ही इज बेयरिंग सो मच ऑफ लॉस? दे वर कंफ्यूज कि ऐसा क्यों कर रहा है ये. नाउ दे फाउंड दैट क्या होता था उस समय 2000 में, देयर वाज एन एक्सपोर्टर एक्सचेंज पॉलिसी वाज देयर. सो व्हाट वाज दैट पॉलिसी? जब भी आप कोई डिलीवर कर रहे हैं प्रोडक्ट आउटसाइड इंडिया, whatever is the cost, for example the total cost is 35 lakhs जो स्टार्टअप फुलफिल कर रहा है दुबई पार्टी के लिए, so he can import anything of 35 lakhs. तो 35 लाख का अगर मैंने ऑर्डर किसी का फुलफिल किया है, मैं कोई भी आइटम दुबई से इंपोर्ट कर सकता हूँ 35 लाख का. आई एम अलाउड टू डू दैट. व्हाट दैट स्टार्टअप डिड, ही वाज नॉट एन एंटरप्रेन्योर, उसका फैमिली बैकग्राउंड एंटरप्रेन्योरशिप नहीं था. ही स्टार्टेड दिस, take this order, same quality, same material, everything was same. He was bearing loss into that, but what he did, he understand the ecosystem. उसने दिल्ली में देखा कि और जो लोग बिजनेस कर रहे हैं उनको दुबई से ऐसा कौन सा मटेरियल है जो चाहिए होता है, एंड ही स्टार्टेड इंटरेक्टिंग विद द डिफरेंट पार्टीज एंड अंडरस्टैंड कि ऐसा कौन सा मटेरियल है जो दुबई में बहुत सस्ता मिलता है और यहाँ पे बहुत महंगा मिलता है, और मैं उस मटेरियल को सस्ते में इंपोर्ट करके इनको महंगे में बेच सकता हूँ. तो उसने वैसा ही किया. ही बेयर लॉस इनटू दिस, बट उसने वो जो 35 लाख का माल इंपोर्ट किया वो मार्केट में 3 गुने में बेचा, अप्रॉक्स 100 lakhs में. तो दिस इज हाउ आई एम टेलिंग यू कि एक तरफ उसने लॉस बेयर किया, बट बाय अंडरस्टैंडिंग द ओवरऑल इकोसिस्टम ऑफ द एंटरप्रेन्योरशिप and the policy, he was aware about that there is some policy जो कि इंपोर्ट कराने में हम उतने का माल इंपोर्ट करा सकते हैं. एंड दिस इज हाउ गेम चेंजेस. उसको वो ऑर्डर वहां से मिला और उसने वहां से दूसरी तरफ पैसा कमाया, और जो बॉम्बे वाली पार्टी है जिसका बिगर क्लाइंट वाज दुबई 55-60 lakhs इन 90s, वो चला गया उसके हाथ से, एंड दैट कंपनी गॉट शट इन अनदर 1 or 2 years. क्योंकि two things are there now. What I want to tell you कि not let one customer as your order book. हमें सिर्फ एक कस्टमर पे ही बिलीव नहीं करना चाहिए. that if I am giving a large amount of order to any one customer, I am happy, I will not go ahead with other customers. Do not make such mistakes. Keep looking for alternative revenue stream. This is what Delhi chap did. Delhi startup ने alternative revenue stream देखा और उसका उसके प्रोडक्ट से कोई लेना देना नहीं था, बट स्टिल ही मेड अ लॉट ऑफ मार्जिन इनटू दिस. एंड विद द चेंजिंग वर्ल्ड, विद द चेंजिंग टेक्नोलॉजी, you have to change your business model and make necessary changes as and when required. So this is the story I told you, because we should not always look about the product. Other than product, there are a lot of things that we should look for in order to survive, in order to sustain in the market. It's not always product that will help you in ahead in the market. It also the all overall ecosystem that you have to learn in order to compete with your competitors. Now another part comes is how to create a win-win situation. So now I hope my voice is audible.
Yes, sir, it is audible.
Okay, so now I'm going to just take some examples how to create a win-win situation. Win-win situation means that, for example, I'm trying to come up with some new product. So whoever is using my product, he should also be happy. My customer should also be happy. My employees should also be happy. And whoever is the mediator, he should also be happy. That we called a win-win situation. So you all heard about Javed Habib? सबने सुना ही है, Hair Beauty Salon? I hope yes.
Yes, sir, obvious.
Okay, so now Javed Habib, what is the business model of Javed Habib? Javed Habib used to employ student interns, student who complete their styling course, hair course from reputed institute. He used to hire them as an intern in their outlets. Now, what is the profit of Javed Habib in doing this? The profit is he has to pay less salary to the interns, because interns are there to learn, to come up with the new skills. And second part is Javed Habib also used to get new skills from interns. He also used to get new ideas, new hairstyling skills from the people who have just graduated, who have completed their course. So company is creating a win-win situation for all. How? Hiring interns, pay them at a very low cost, get new skills, and charge your customer at a very low cost. So it's a win-win situation for all of us. ठीक है. For example, I also take one more example, medical college. Medical college में जूनियर रेजिडेंट डॉक्टर्स होते हैं एज एन इंटर्न. ठीक है. वो एडमिशन लेते हैं एमबीबीएस में या किसी में भी, और हर एक मेडिकल कॉलेज के साथ हॉस्पिटल अटैच होता है. दे यूज टू वर्क देयर ऑल्सो. तो आपको फ्री में एम्प्लॉय मिल गया एज अ जूनियर रेजिडेंट डॉक्टर. आप फीस भी भर रहे हो एमबीबीएस की, वहां से भी आपको पैसा आ रहा है. जो पेशेंट आ रहा है आपके यहाँ पे वो भी आपको कुछ पैसा दे रहा है. सो इट्स अ विन विन सिचुएशन फॉर मेडिकल कॉलेजेस. नेक्स्ट पार्ट इज, अभी वी ऑल नो दैट मेडिकल कॉलेजेस कुछ ट्रेनिंग कोर्सेज रन नहीं करते हैं फॉर नर्सेस. तो अगर आप नेशनल रिसर्च डेवलपमेंट इंस्टीट्यूट एनआरडीआई का एक सर्वे देखेंगे तो उसमें उसने ये बोला है कि हर एक डॉक्टर पे 3 नर्स होनी चाहिए, ऐसे करके कुछ रेशियो दिया है. बट हमारे पास अभी जो रेशियो है दैट इज 1, हर एक डॉक्टर पे ऑलमोस्ट 1.5 नर्सेज है. सो स्टिल देयर इज अ लॉट ऑफ स्कोप टू ट्रेन लॉट ऑफ नर्सेज, एंड मेडिकल कॉलेज कैन get that service, provide that service, and can earn more from them. So this is how creating a win-win situation where you are charging your customer less, you are earning more, and you are also providing good service to your employees. So it's a win-win situation for all. Now the one more word comes is pay for what you use. पे फॉर वट यू यूज का मतलब क्या होता है कि जितना मैं जो यूज करूंगा, फॉर एग्जांपल टाटा स्काई. टाटा स्काई का अगर आप मॉडल देखें, इज इट पे फॉर वट यू यूज? क्या बोलेंगे आप? टाटा स्काई
हाँ बिल्कुल वैसा ही है सर. जो
है ना?
चैनल
आप जो चैनल उसी का आप भरते हैं,
उनके पैसे देने हैं.
राइट. जब आप उसको बंद कर देते हैं तो आपका पैसा नहीं कटता.
एचडी चाहिए तो एचडी देना है, टेम्पररीली सस्पेंड कर सकते हैं.
राइट. सो सिमिलरली इन 2015 एक समोआ एयरलाइंस है, उन्होंने क्या करा, उन्होंने कस्टमर्स को बोला कि वी विल चार्ज यू बाय योर वेट एज वेल एज बाय योर लगेज वेट. तो जितना आपका बॉडी वेट है और कितना आपका लगेज का वेट है, हम उसी के अकॉर्डिंग आपको चार्ज करेंगे. सो दे हैव वन बेस प्राइस एज पर योर डिस्टेंस. कितने डिस्टेंस आपको जाना है, तो लेट्स से मैंने बेस प्राइस रख लिया 20 रुपीज. नाउ इफ योर वेट इज 60 and your luggage weight is 20, so it's 60 plus 20 80, and 80 into base price 20 is 1600 rupees. So they will charge you 1600 rupees. So they come up with this scheme, and they are not charging as per your seat. So if you are a larger, if you are a taller person, you need more space while sitting, so that money will also add into your cost. So accordingly they come up with such model. So this we call pay for what you use. तो जितना आप यूज कर रहे हैं उतना ही आप पे करेंगे, उससे ज्यादा आप पे नहीं करेंगे. And this model work great for Samoa Airlines. Instead of charging per seat, charging customer by their weight. And the win-win situation is, it's a win-win situation because people also take care of their health so that they don't get more bulky and their body weight is less. So cost of airlines will be less to them. Now, we also know one more thing. Insurance companies charge premium based on age and health risk, right? इंश्योरेंस कंपनी, जब हम इंश्योरेंस लेते हैं, मैं हूँ लेट्स से एक ए पर्सन और आप में से कोई एक बी पार्टी है, वी बोथ आर ऑफ सेम एज, और हमारा जो चेकअप हुआ है उसमें लेट्स से फॉर एग्जांपल ए और बी दोनों को कुछ माइल्ड डायबिटिक आया है, तो दोनों का सेम है ए और बी का. बट गोइंग फॉरवर्ड लेट्स से बी वाले ने अच्छे से मेंटेन किया, एक्सरसाइज करी, डाइट फॉलो करी, एंड ही इज मेंटेनिंग हिज हेल्थ प्रोफाइल. बट ए वाला लेट्स से मैंने कुछ नहीं किया, मैं ऐसे ही चल रहा हूँ, दवाइयां खा रहा हूँ एंड ऑल दैट, माय शुगर लेवल इज इंक्रीजिंग व्हाटएवर. तो गोइंग फॉरवर्ड व्हाट हैपन, जब आप अगली साल इंश्योरेंस कराते हैं, you just directly go and insure. Nobody is asking you कि आपकी शुगर बढ़ी है, घटी है, क्या है, आपकी हेल्थ प्रोफाइल क्या है. But if companies start charging premium for this, फॉर एग्जाम्पल नाउ देर इज एन IoT बेस्ड सर्विस, हम घर बैठे भी अपनी हेल्थ चेकअप कर लेते हैं, BP चेक कर लेते हैं, और अगर मैं ये सारा डेटा क्लाउड से कनेक्ट कर दूं कि आप इस मशीन से चेक करेंगे एंड ऑल दिस डेटा, फॉर एग्जाम्पल इंश्योरेंस कंपनी बोले दिस इज द मशीन, यू हैव टू चेक आफ्टर अ ईयर and give us the data, and that data will be recorded in the backend cloud, और उसके बेसिस पे जैसा आपका परफॉर्मेंस होगा, जैसा आपका हेल्थ होगा, we will charge premium accordingly. So win-win situation is customer would also take care of his or her health, वो अपनी हेल्थ की तरफ ज्यादा ध्यान देगा, और क्योंकि वो भी चाहता है कि मैं ज्यादा प्रीमियम ना दूं, और प्लस इंश्योरेंस कंपनीज के लिए is also a win-win situation. If somebody is not taking care of his or her health, insurance company will charge more to them. So this is an example I'm just giving ki how companies think about, and maybe this insurance companies wala in a 5-year part ये यहाँ पे भी आ जाएगा इंडिया में बहुत जल्दी. I'm not going deep into third party NVA, not discussing about this third party NVA. Now this is how journey starts. You come up with the idea. An incubation center like us or any entrepreneurship cell, if any college is running, they help them in refining, defining and testing this idea. So whatever I have told you till now, we help you in doing that, कि आप पहले understand करो, customer देखो, then start building your product according to the inputs, फिर हल्के हल्के उसको iteration करो, फिर देखो क्या feedback आ रहा है, फिर से उसको test करो, फिर देखो. So it's a round cycle जो चलती रहती है. And once it finally validate, आपको customer का feedback अच्छा मिल गया, your product is ready, then you go into the market and now start commercializing. So this is a general cycle that every incubator follows in order to support startup from idea to the commercialization journey. So that's all from my side for this session. This is a time when COVID is going on. As Ram Emanuel said that don't let a serious crisis go to waste. This is an opportunity also for new ideas to come forward, because working style of business persons are changing, industries are changing. So accordingly, maybe you can think about something unique, building some unique features, services for those industries and come up with your innovative product. So that's all from my side for this session. Maybe if we have to take some 5 minutes break, we can do that, or if you want, we can move forward with the next session. Or if you have any questions, we can take questions also.
Sir,
Yeah.
Gosh, we can continue also if you are comfortable.
Yeah, if anybody has any question, we can take the questions. Then I will move to the next part, design thinking.
Answer
Sir, yes, sir. सर क्वेश्चन बोलकर नहीं है, बट एक डिस्कस थोड़ा सा करेंगे सर. मेरा एक पॉइंट है, सिर्फ उसके ऊपर डिस्कस करते हैं थोड़ा सा. कि मेरा एक सपोज वी आर रनिंग वन बिजनेस ऑफ जनरल प्रोडक्ट, है ना. एक जनरल प्रोडक्ट का हम एज ए काम कर रहे हैं, बिजनेस कर रहे हैं, बट वी आर नॉट गेटिंग प्रॉफिट इन दैट बिजनेस, नाइदर लॉस. ना उसमें प्रॉफिट हो रहा है ना लॉस हो रहा है, बट प्रॉपर एक सीक्वेंस में वो कंटिन्यूअसली चल रहा है. उसमें बहुत ज्यादा कुछ भी मतलब ना फायदा है ना नुकसान है, बट चल रहा है कुछ ना कुछ. तो व्हाट डू यू सजेस्ट, हाउ टू डील विथ इट? मतलब उसकी तरफ, उसको बढ़ाने के लिए, उसके ग्रोथ की तरफ, या फिर उसके गिव अप करना है, किस तरीके से उसको हम लेना चाहिए हमें?
Sir, I need to understand what is the product that you are working on.
Suppose we are on the business of sealing material. Yeah. PVC, POP, these type of, nowadays we are very much demanding product is this.
Right.
But still because of this petrol rates or transportation issues or other issues, maybe there is continuously up and downs in products of that particular business. But but the business owner is not getting more profit from that business, and nor he is in loss. So what do you suggest, sir?
So, sir, my first suggestion is that whatever is the current technology that all people are using for POP, maybe also you are using the same technology
Yes, sir.
to do the POP. So maybe this is a idea. Why don't we come up with some unique solution for POP? Is there any maybe by using your students or maybe by using some new technology? Can we use a waste material? Right now you are saying कि petrol prices बहुत high हैं. तो
Yes.
is there any alternative so that petrol उसमें कम use हो and instead of that we can
No,
use.
no, that is the means they are the external sources, and that is affecting on business, because of if you have to hire or you have to buy some product in wholesale, then there is transportation charges, and they are continuously in increasing order.
Right,
But
right.
but the product is selling in same way. Means there is no increase in product price.
So right now, sir, as you provide this service of POP and all, maybe you are doing it in the Dhule region. Maybe.
No, Hingoli region.
Okay. So now, in order to increase this, say first part is या तो आप जो process है जिससे आप POP आप total third party लेते हो.
Yes.
Maybe you have to, one thing is in order to make it profitable, why don't you come up with your own process? आप अपना खुद का कोई unique innovative process start कर सकते हैं क्या? One thing कि अगर वो possible है तो ठीक है कि हाँ मैं कुछ unique solution सोचता हूँ जो मैं product अभी खरीद रहा हूँ market से वो बहुत महंगे पड़ रहे हैं. Can I think of building something, doing R&D and coming up with some unique product? One thing. Second, in order to increase your demand, maybe हो सकता है अभी जो आप मंगा रहे हो वो कम मंगा रहे हो, कम रेशियो पे मंगा रहे हो क्योंकि आपके पास इतनी डिमांड नहीं है, तो आपको जो भी दे रहा है वो बल्क में नहीं दे रहा है क्योंकि बल्क में फिर चीज सस्ती हो जाती है. तो मे बी यू कम अप विद योर ओन ऐप. अभी कितने लोगों को पता है आप ये काम करते हो? ठीक है, मे बी सिर्फ हिंगोली रीजन में और आसपास के और एक दो रीजन में, है ना? व्हाई डोंट यू कम अप विद योर वन एप्लीकेशन वेयर यू शो कि क्या क्या हम करते हैं, ये हमारी सर्विसेज हैं. मे बी अ काइंड ऑफ एन ऑनलाइन बुकिंग कि आप ऑनलाइन हमसे पूछो, हमसे राय लो. सी इट्स नॉट ओनली अबाउट कि मैं अपनी ऐप के थ्रू सिर्फ अपना सामान बेचूं, मैं अपनी ऐप के थ्रू गाइडेंस भी दूं लोगों को. फॉर एग्जाम्पल किसी को पीओपी डिजाइन करना है तो उसके घर के स्टाइल के अकॉर्डिंग, जैसा उसका घर बना है या जैसा उसकी शॉप बनी है, उसके अकॉर्डिंग आपकी एक्सपर्टीज क्या बोलती है कि उसको कैसे डिजाइन करना चाहिए सो दैट इट्स लो कॉस्ट फॉर हिम और आपको कस्टमर मिले. तो लोग ये बोलें कि ये जो एजेंसी है ये सिर्फ सप्लाई नहीं कर रही है या पीओपी बना के नहीं दे रही है, ये हमें सजेशंस भी दे रही है हाउ टू गेट योर वर्क डन एट अ वेरी लो कॉस्ट. सो फॉर दिस यू नीड टू कम अप विद द ऐप जिसमें कि लोग हल्के हल्के रजिस्टर करें, आपके साथ जुड़ें, आप उनको ये सर्विस फ्री ऑफ कॉस्ट दें जो कि गाइडेंस है. बट इन ऑर्डर टू डू दैट, जब ज्यादा से ज्यादा कस्टमर आपके प्लेटफॉर्म पे आएंगे दे विल टेक योर सर्विस. आप चाहे गाइडेंस का पैसा नहीं ले रहे हो बट जो आप सर्विस दोगे, जो आप उनका पीओपी का काम करोगे उसका आप उनसे पैसा लोगे. और ये आप लोकल लैंग्वेज में भी रख सकते हो. इफ पीपल आर मोर इनटू मराठी रीजन एंड ऑल तो आप उसको मराठी में भी रखिए, हिंदी में भी रखिए, ऑप्शंस दीजिए और लोगों को पता चले कि आप क्या क्या करते हो. अभी जैसे पीओपी डिजाइन है तो पीओपी डिजाइन करने के भी बहुत अलग अलग तरीके हैं, तो आप कैसे करते हो, क्या क्या आपकी यूनिक मेथड है, क्योंकि सिर्फ टेक्नोलॉजी पीओपी बनाने में नहीं है, पीओपी के डिजाइनिंग में भी टेक्नोलॉजी है कि कैसे आप करोगे. तो इट शुड नॉट बी समथिंग कि लोग बोले यार ये तो वही करके दे रहा है जो मेरा बगल वाला भी देता है,
ट्रेडिशन फॉलो नहीं करना है.
हाँ. तो इट शुड समथिंग यूनिक कि हाँ ये जो दे रहे हैं ऐप में ये चाहे 20 रुपए महंगा है बट इसके पास बहुत यूनिक है, इसके पास डिजाइन्स भी यूनिक है और मे बी गोइंग फॉरवर्ड हल्के हल्के आप ये भी बोल सकते हो कि माय टेक्नोलॉजी इज डिफरेंट, अगर आप कोई यूनिक प्रोसेस से पीओपी फाइनल करने पे डिजाइन करते हो तो. दिस कैन बी टू थिंग्स थ्रू विच, क्योंकि आप सिर्फ वहीं पे लिमिटेड मत रहिए, आपको थोड़ा मेट्रो की तरफ भी आना पड़ेगा बड़े शहरों में. तो इट वुड लाइक कि हल्के हल्के आपका स्केल अप हो और जब ज्यादा कस्टमर आपके प्लेटफॉर्म पे आना शुरू होता है देन पीपल स्टार्ट गिविंग यू मनी फॉर एडवर्टाइजमेंट ऑल्सो. देन पीपल
हाँ
से कि मेरी एडवर्टाइजमेंट दो यहाँ पे। फॉर एग्जांपल पेंट कंपनी है, क्योंकि आप पीओपी कर रहे हो तो वहां पे जो पेंट की कंपनी है वो बोलेगी कि हमारे वहां पे आप अपना एडवर्टाइजमेंट दो, जिससे लोग देखें
करेक्ट
और फिर
करेक्ट
आपको
करेक्ट
बोले कि मुझे यही पेंट कराना है पीओपी करते वक्त। तो ऑल दिस थिंग्स, सीमेंट जो भी लगता है, बट दिस विल टेक टाइम, इट विल नॉट शूट
करेक्ट
एकदम, बट ये कुछ चीजें हैं जो आप फॉलो कर सकते हैं टू स्टार्ट विथ एंड टू सी व्हाट चेंजेस यू आर गेटिंग। बट मेन पार्ट इज, अगर आपको कॉस्ट घटानी है, स्टार्ट फोकसिंग ऑन कि आप क्या जो पीओपी बनता है उसके प्रोसेस में कुछ चेंजेस करके उसको लो कॉस्ट कर सकते हो क्या। दैट विल बी ग्रेट। अगर आपका इंटरनल रहेगा सप्लाई तो आपके हाथ में होगा रेट कंट्रोल करना, क्योंकि आउटसाइड फैक्टर्स इज नॉट इन अवर हैंड,
करेक्ट
कैन वेरी फ्रॉम टाइम टू टाइम।
करेक्ट करेक्ट थैंक यू सर थैंक यू वेरी मच
एनी अदर क्वेश्चन? So can we move forward, sir? If no.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We can move forward and we can move forward, sir.
Okay, let me share my screen. Is my screen visible, sir?
yes sir
Okay, so now the another topic which is nowadays most of the, hello.
yes sir you're audible sir
Okay, so let me start with the design thinking part. So what is design thinking and why it is important in the every industry? I will say ki now design thinking, every big organization, small organization, whenever they start building any product, they always come up with the design thinking part. So IDEO is a company, you can look in the Google, which was established in 1991, and David Kelly was the CEO and one of the founder of IDEO, and he was attached to this EDO till 2000, and then he joined back the Stanford University, and there he established a design school called D School in the Stanford University. So, because according to David Kelly, design thinking is, it's like, it's important whenever you come up with the new product. Similar to as we eat food in order to survive, similarly, design thinking is something which is important for any company in order to start with the new product development. So, the D School by David Kelly, he sum up design thinking into this 5 parts. So, first is empathize, that how to empathize with the customer. Then you have to define your problem. Empathize means I understand the user perspective, what he wants, whether he want this, whether he don't want this, why he want this, what the main feature you want. So all this why, what, how, in order to get answers of all this, we used to empathize with the customer. Next comes the, you have to define now. Define the problem, that this is how, this is the problem after understanding the user perspective. And now in the group, you will start ideating on it. So you will start brainstorming on it. You will start working on various ideas in order to build the product. And then you come up with the prototype, and then you start testing. So these are the 5 parameters that everybody use. So empathize means, as I mentioned, to understand the user deeply. Define means after making sense from the information that you have gathered from your user, from the empathy phase, then you define the problem. and then you generate various possibilities, various solution for that in order to solve that defined problem, and then you give the shape of proof of concept. So POC is known as proof of concept, where you put in your technology skills, where you put in your marketing skills, business skills, in order to build that prototype, and then you take feedback from your customers. Starting with few feedback in order to test whether my product is right, whether it's working properly or not. And by collecting the feedback, you iterate, you test it again and again and again until it come into the final picture. So one example I'm taking here in order to make you understand the design thinking and the empathy part. So empathy part means you should have a last mile user connect. When we say last mile user connect, so taking example of Ford Icon. Ford Icon सबने देखी है, 1999 में लॉन्च हुई थी. This was the range of the car. I hope सबने Ford देखी है, right? Am I audible? Am I audible?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So Ford launched in 1999 in outside India, and it was at very high range. And when they launched in India, at that time also it was around 5 to 7 lakh. So it was a very niche market. Upper middle class or higher class person can buy this. So Ford decided that we should cut cost in order to capture more market. So what they did, they start removing the power window of two backside doors. Now, can you tell me what is the problem in this? If I have removed power window of two backside doors, what is the problem in this? Why this is not correct? Any one of you? Anyone? अगर मैंने पीछे के पावर विंडो हटा दिए बैक साइड डोर के इन 1990s, हाँ, अभी की बात नहीं कर रहा हूँ, तब की बात कर रहा हूँ. What should be the problem with this? Yeah. Any answers? क्यों आपको किसी को कुछ लगता है कि इसमें इश्यू है अगर मैंने उस समय पीछे के पावर विंडो हटा के कॉस्ट कम करी?
सर जैसे मतलब उससे एडिशनल जैसे बाकी लोगों को जिनको चार चाहिए ही पावर विंडो, तो दे मे हैव टू डू सम एडिशनल एक्सपेंडिचर.
राइट. हाँ, बट मैंने कॉस्ट कम किया. फॉर एग्जांपल मैंने लोअर वर्जन निकाला
जी
और
जी
मैंने उसमें पीछे के दो पावर विंडो हटा दिए, जो कि होता है आजकल की कार्स में भी
जी
ना.
जी.
बट दैट टाइम 90s में ये करना क्या ठीक था? एंड व्हाई दे डिड दिस, उसके पीछे भी रीजन है कि उन्होंने ऐसा क्यों किया. व्हेन दे
कंपटीशन.
कंपटीशन. ओके. और किसी का कोई आंसर? सो व्हाट हैपन 90s में, मे बी यू ऑल आर अवेयर, जब मैं 5 से 7 लाख की कोई गाड़ी ले रहा हूं तो वो वही ले रहा है जिसके पास ड्राइवर है, राइट?
ओके ओके.
है ना?
जी
तो ये आपने देखा होगा उस वक्त जब 95 90 2000 से पहले, इवन टिल 2004-5, जिसके पास कार भी होती थी, इट्स अ बिग थिंग, मारुति. और उस समय फोर्ड आइकन एफर्ट करना, एंड दैट इज ओनली पॉसिबल फॉर सच काइंड ऑफ अ पीपल जिसके पास ड्राइवर है. सो व्हेन दे लॉन्च्ड दिस इन यूएस, सो यूएस में कोई ड्राइवर नहीं रहता है, इंडिविजुअल ही ड्राइव करता है. और दिस इज व्हाट दे अंडरस्टैंड. उन्होंने वही यूएस की मार्केट में स्टार्ट किया था, वहां से उनको रिस्पॉन्स अच्छा आया. दे रिड्यूस द कॉस्ट, और उन्होंने वहां देखा कि यस इट्स वर्किंग वेल, हमने पीछे के 2 डोर हटा दिए. बट इन इंडिया इट वाज लाइक कि यहाँ पे ड्राइवर ड्राइव कर रहा है और पीछे मालिक बैठा है. अगर आपने मालिक के उससे ही पावर विंडो हटा दी और ड्राइवर को वो फैसिलिटी दे दी, देन इट्स अ नॉट अ विन विन सिचुएशन, इट्स नॉट लास्ट माइल यूजर कनेक्ट. आपने यूजर के एम्पैथी को अंडरस्टैंड ही नहीं किया, यू हैव नॉट अंडरस्टैंड द यूजर, दैट्स व्हाई दिस फेल्ड. ठीक है, आप गूगल पे भी देख सकते हैं, देयर इज अ स्टोरी बिहाइंड दिस, जहां पे फोर्ड आइकन ने ये किया था एंड दे फेल्ड बिकॉज दिस वाज द इश्यू. क्योंकि उस समय फोर्ड इस रेंज में वही लोग लेते थे गाड़ियां जिनके पास ड्राइवर्स होते थे. सो दिस इज वन एग्जांपल आई एम शोइंग यू दैट वी शुड अंडरस्टैंड द यूजर कनेक्ट. यूजर कनेक्ट शुड बी देयर कि हाँ एग्जैक्टली यूजर को क्या चाहिए, एंड देन अकॉर्डिंगली यू शुड मेक चेंजेस एज पर फोर्ड. देयर मैनेजर्स वर आल्सो नॉट रॉन्ग, उनका जो एक्सपीरियंस था यूएस का, उन्होंने उसको देखते हुए ये चीज यहाँ पे लॉन्च करी, बट दे डिडंट डू दी लास्ट माइल यूजर कनेक्ट विद इंडियन कस्टमर्स. So define your business from the user perspective, not yours. This is what Ford did. Understand users, not market. You should not go for the market कि मेरा कंप्यूटर ये कर रहा है, so in order to reduce the price मैं ये कर देता हूँ. First understand your users and then try to capture your market. And don't just sell what you make, try to make what might sell. आप जो बना रहे हैं उसको बेचने की मत सोचो, मे बी वो आगे वाले को नहीं चाहिए, बट वो बनाओ जो आगे वाले को चाहिए. सो दीज आर 3 इंपॉर्टेंट पॉइंट्स दैट यू शुड लुक फॉर व्हाइल डिजाइनिंग योर प्रोडक्ट. फॉर एग्जांपल, ये सबने रिमोट देखा है, यूनिवर्सल रिमोट, जो अभी तक सबके घरों पे है भी, राइट? है ना? और स्मार्ट टीवी भी, आई थिंक नाउ मोस्ट ऑफ द पीपल हैव स्मार्ट टीवी. सो दिस इज हाउ डिजाइन थिंकिंग वर्क्स. दे अंडरस्टैंड द यूजर पर्सपेक्टिव कि एक सिंपल लेमैन के लिए इट्स वेरी डिफिकल्ट टू अंडरस्टैंड द ओवरऑल रिमोट फीचर्स. आज भी अगर मैं देखूं तो मेरे घर में अगर ये यूनिवर्सल रिमोट है, आपके यहाँ पे भी है, तो आपने अभी तक ये सारे फीचर एक्सप्लोर ही नहीं किए होंगे. हम लोग दबाते ही नहीं, हम बस वही यूज करते हैं, वॉल्यूम और चैनल और मेनू. इससे ज्यादा कोई शायद यूज करता भी नहीं है. सो दिस इज व्हाट दे अंडरस्टैंड द प्रॉब्लम ऑफ यूजर, दे एम्पैथाइज विद द यूजर, अंडरस्टैंड द कॉम्प्लेक्सिटीज एंड कम अप विद द स्मार्ट टीवी रिमोट. अब अगर आप स्मार्ट टीवी का रिमोट देखोगे तो उसमें बस 3-4 बटन होते हैं और सारा का सारा ऑपरेशन मोबाइल से जुड़ा हुआ है, बिकॉज दे नो पीपल आर मोर यूजर फ्रेंडली विद मोबाइल्स, दे आर नॉट यूजर फ्रेंडली विद such complex remotes. So now I will just show you one example of a piano staircase. I just check whether I would be able to run this or not. So I'm just showing you one example where you can see how people are. I don't know whether I would be able to share this or not. Can you see this? Is it visible, sir?
Yes, sir, it's visible.
Okay, it's a very short video, 1 minute 50 seconds. So, any feedback from all the participants? What do you understand by this?
Sir, I think we should focus on not only the product but the byproducts or supporting products which are necessary to be
Right,
used with that product, and we should have innovation creation. Should always be thinking about R&D
right.
to sell out the products so that we can enhance the marketing strategies and get optimum outputs which are required to us.
Right. So this I show you the example
Uh,
because
Maybe
yeah. Please go ahead.
whenever the customer uses the product, at that time the customer must have some kind of fun while using the product, and
Right.
it should have some aesthetic value also, sir.
Definitely. So see how design thinking changes the whole perspective. So they have used this design thinking. They understand user problem कि यूजर सिर्फ staircase ही यूज नहीं कर रहे हैं वो सारे escalators यूज कर रहे हैं. So how we can make it more fruitful so that people start using staircase. This is a just funny example I have shown you in order to get you sense कि how design thinking changed the whole theory. कि कैसे आपका एक डिजाइन थिंकिंग की यूज करके वो 5 पैरामीटर्स एम्पैथाइज एंड ऑल दैट यू कैन चेंज द होल प्रोडक्ट जर्नी. Now I'm going to start with design thinking case study example, and before that, if you allow me, I just want to take 5 minutes break if it is fine, and then we will start with the case study. Can we have 5 minutes break? Am I audible?
Yes.
Okay, so we are taking 5 minutes break. I'm still here, not going anywhere. Just be back with 5 minutes break, and then we will start.
Okay, sir.
Okay. Okay, sir, can we start?
Yes, sir.
Okay, let me just share my screen. So now we're going to start with one case study which is called the Good Kitchen. So in Danish area, if I talk about the Danish municipality of Danish citizens, there is a rule that the municipality of Danish government, they provide free living and food to the senior citizens over there. So it was like uh, you can say when they started this at that time, most of the senior citizens they were not taking this service, and they were not happy with the service of municipality Danish corporation, because the reason was what they found is people are not eating the food properly, and since they are away from their family, and that's why they are living in that place which is provided by the Danish municipality, and there are several illness due to that because they are not eating properly. So almost 60 to 70% of citizens, the senior citizens, they were having a poor nutrition and they were malnourished. So the municipality, it was getting difficult for them to understand what is the reason, because according to them the meal that they are providing is hygienic, is hot, and is up to the mark, it's high quality food as per their understanding. But in order to understand the problem exactly of the user, who is the senior citizen, they thought of giving this problem to a H and Bloom company. So it's a design thinking company, an agency there in Danish, and they hire them in order to understand that what is the exact problem. And then H and Bloom not just started by discussion with the user, but they come up with the proper design thinking technique. So they start with these four things: what is, what if, what was, and what works. So what is means, it is the stage where they focus on that what is the current need of the senior citizen and what is the problem they are exactly facing. So they thought of that we should also discuss not only with senior citizen, but we should also look for all the stakeholders who are involved in this process. So if I talk about stakeholders, it is the municipality corporation who is providing this service. They are also the stakeholder. The kitchen where food is preparing, so the chef, the all other people who are working in the kitchen who are preparing the meal, they also need to do the discussion with them and understand exactly what is the problem. And what wows means to look at different ideas, different possibilities that is they can provide to the senior citizen. And then finally start with understanding, brainstorming with all the stakeholders at one place. So they started this process with the stage one, and they started their discussion with the senior citizen by interviewing them. So we called it a understanding their user journey, the journey map. So what is customer exactly experiencing? So in terms of to understand from ordering the food starting to the delivery of the food. So they want to understand the whole cycle from the senior citizen point of view. And they started discussion with all those senior citizen elder people who are taking this service, also who are not eating the food, they are not taking this service, and also who are now going to soon come into this organization, which is this household, maybe you can say a homage kind of a place. So they interviewed all these three different kind of people: elderly people who are eating, who are taking this service but they are not satisfied; people, elder people who are not availing this service, and people who are soon going to join this league, and they will also start using this service of Danish Municipality Corporation. So they talk with each and everyone, understand their problem, and then they come up with some conclusion. So the conclusion was is that the senior citizen, they already feel very embarrassed taking services of the municipality corporation. Also, they have no choice, no control over the choice of food. Whatever is food is given to them, they have to eat. So there is no control over the choice of food. Secondly, since they have to eat this food alone in that place, it always remind them about their families, which is no longer with them. So all these things, just a moment, sir. Just give me a second. Yeah. Sir, is my slide visible?
Yes,
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now, the another problem that they identify is from the kitchen persons, the employees who are preparing the food. So the problem from their side they found is, after discussion with them, that they don't enjoy while preparing the food because there are some strict rules that they have to follow. Same kind of a food that they have to prepare again and again as per the instruction of municipality corporation. So they were not happy because they were not able to use their skills properly. Secondly, there was a problem in the logistic part also while delivering the food to the elderly people. And last but not the least, working in a public kitchen in the municipality corporation, it was a low status job. So chef and all employees were very demotivated because of that. So then they come up with the next stage of the design thinking, where they bring in all the people, stakeholders, municipality corporation, kitchen employees, senior citizen at one place and start doing the workshop with them in order to understand what exactly senior citizen wants. And they also start discussion with them on the menu part, on the food part, how menu should look, how senior citizens should feel more involved into the process. So by using all, understanding all the issues from each and everyone, then they come up with the final conclusion that they showed to all the stakeholders, and they provide a new menu card with design, looks, with new dishes. Then they also understand the delivery part, the delivery problem. So they also come up with the new vehicle. They also come up with the feedback process so that every time whenever employees are delivering the food, there should be a feedback mechanism that should go to the municipality corporation and also to the senior citizen so that they feel that they are involved in this whole process. So this is how they understand the overall design thinking process. And by doing this workshop, bringing all the stakeholders at one place, they come up with the final conclusion, and the new good kitchen established according to them, in which everything was as per the need of all the stakeholders, whether it's a senior citizen, whether it's a municipality corporation, or whether it's a chef. So now kitchen is converted into a restaurant look, is their menu card is changed into a kind of a restaurant look. Cooks are converted into a kind of whole chef, and the vehicle which is delivering, they are now waiters. So by making all these changes and by understanding properly, now the Danish Municipality Corporation found that after 6 months, almost 98% of their food get consumed in the end, and there is very less wastage, and the health of the senior citizen is also improving. So this is how every industry start working. When they come up with the initial product, they don't directly jump into the conclusion. They take feedback from each and every stakeholder and then come up with their final product. So finally, the director of good kitchen give this, that if you have professional pride, you will also cook good food. Good food has to come from the heart. So this was the final verdict when this design thinking workshop went great, and they finally come up with the good menu card and satisfactory for all the stakeholders. So with this, I end. This was a small case study that I want to discuss with all of you, and this is how every startup should replicate these things while building their product, and so that he should not fail in the end. So that's all from my side. If you have any questions, just let me know. We can have question and answers now. Anyone has any questions?
Dear participants, if you have any questions or doubts about the things which have been discussed, you can ask.
So this was just an introduction about design thinking, because in order to have the practical understanding of design thinking, I need to run a workshop with all the participants, with flow, with chart papers, with all these things, so that I make you feel and develop something on paper prototype, and you understand what exactly design thinking means. So, but this was a basic that I just shared with all of you. There are a lot of examples on internet of design thinking, and how every, even if you go and type in Google, how Pepsi come up with the final changes, how Coca-Cola bottle that you are seeing right now, when they started, at that time it was a plain bottle, just Coca-Cola written over there. But then with the help of design thinking, they finally come up with the final version of their bottle. So all these things every industry is using, and same thing you can replicate for your idea, your product. So if you have any questions, then otherwise we can stop.
Sir, I assume that there are no questions now.
Okay.
Chadda sir, I would love to express my deepest gratitude to you on behalf of our institute as well as on behalf of all the participants. Um, Really, sir, the session which you have conducted is was very informative and very interactive. And I hope that all the participants have enjoyed it a lot. And all the things that you have shared with us will definitely help all the participants. So once again,
Thank you, sir.
thank you so much, Chadda sir, for joining with us.
Thank you, sir. And I request all the faculties that if they start working on with their students on at least Scamper technology, so that more and more ideas come forward from your institute, then that will be a great initiative for the students also.
Okay, yes, sir.
Okay, thank you all.
Okay,
Thanks for the
once again,
time.
thank you,
Thanks
sir.
for listening.
Yeah, participants will take a break and we will meet at around 2:30. Thank you.